Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, flipping through a handful of dusty pennies, when suddenly, one coin catches your eye. It's just a simple Lincoln penny from 1995. No mint mark, slightly worn, nothing unusual, right? But what if I told you that very penny, the 1995 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin, could be worth up to $964,000 today? Yes, you heard that right, a single cent, once thought to be pocket change, now valued at nearly $1 million. Welcome to the thrilling world of hidden wealth, where the coins you've overlooked for decades might just be your ticket to a luxurious lifestyle. The kind of story that makes you look twice at every penny in your wallet. Because right now, there's a quiet revolution happening among collectors, investors, and everyday Americans, a gold rush disguised in copper. But what makes the 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable? And why are collectors worldwide paying life-changing amounts for it? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the secret behind this coin's incredible value, but you might also realize that your next fortune is already sitting in your change jar. To understand this, we need to rewind to the mid-1990s, a time when millions of Lincoln pennies were minted, yet a small handful were struck with unseen precision errors, minting anomalies, and metal compositions that set them apart. The 1995 no mint mark penny comes from the Philadelphia Mint, but what truly makes it special is a rare and mysterious double die obverse, a slight doubling on the word liberty and "in God we trust" that only the trained eye can spot. Now, here's where it gets fascinating and a bit emotional. Most people who own this penny spent it without knowing its true value. For years, these coins circulated in pockets, cash registers, and piggy banks, quietly building rarity with every year that passed. It's like owning a diamond in disguise until one day, collectors began to realize just how scarce and sought after these coins had become, and that's when the market exploded. Auctions went wild. Coin enthusiasts started bidding extraordinary sums, turning a humble 1-cent coin into a $964,000 collector's masterpiece. Imagine holding a coin so rare, so historically significant, that it could fund your retirement, pay off your home, and still leave enough to travel the world. That's not a dream, it's happening right now. By the way, if you're thinking, "There's no way I have one," let me stop you right there. Because the beauty of the coin world is that anyone could have a hidden treasure. The next millionaire could be you, sitting right there, watching this video. So don't blink, because what I'm about to tell you might make you rate every jar of coins you've ever saved to now. Before you go flipping over every penny in sight, take a deep breath. Don't call the bank just yet, I know the temptation. But here's the truth: spotting a valuable coin isn't about luck, it's about knowledge. And that knowledge can be the difference between a penny and a payday. So, how do you know if your 1995 penny could be worth nearly $1 million? Start with the details. Look for that no mint mark, meaning it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Then, under a magnifying glass or good lighting, check for that doubling on the lettering. Even a faint doubling could skyrocket the value into the tens or hundreds of thousands. The better the condition, the higher the price. Mint state coins, those that have never seen circulation, are where the true fortune lies, and here's the part that ignites excitement across the nation: demand for these coins is skyrocketing. Collectors and investors are in fierce competition to secure these rare 1995 no mint mark Lincoln pennies. Prices have surged over the years, and experts believe we're only at the beginning of a new wave of coin collecting investment, where small pieces of history become financial empires. You see, rare coins are more than collectibles, they're symbols of resilience and legacy, pieces of America's story that have survived time and transformation. And those who recognize their power early become the ones who reap the rewards. But here's the twist: not all of these treasures have been found yet. There are still hundreds, maybe thousands, out there in circulation, waiting for someone like you to uncover them. The question is, will you be the one to find it before someone else does? Because somewhere in America, right now, a forgotten jar of pennies sits in a kitchen cabinet holding a coin worth nearly $1 million. The owner doesn't know it yet. Could that jar be yours? Could that simple copper coin be your key to financial freedom, luxury, and legacy? The time to act is now. Check your pennies. Learn their stories. Because the next time you hold a 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny in your hand, you might just be holding your destiny 1 cent at a time. If you found this video inspiring, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories of rare American coins turning ordinary lives into extraordinary ones, and share this video with someone who might be sitting on hidden treasure. Remember, wealth doesn't always shine in gold. Sometimes, it gleams in copper. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep searching, because your next penny could be worth millions. Imagine holding a single penny that could change your entire life. Yes, a single 1997 D Lincoln 1-cent penny, the kind you might have lying forgotten in a jar or buried deep inside your wallet, could be worth nearly $1 million today. Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the truth: in the world of coin collecting, miracles aren't myths, they're minted in copper and born in the smallest details. This is not just a story about a coin. It's a story about luck, rarity, and the incredible opportunities that can appear in the most ordinary places. Pause for a moment and think, when was the last time you actually looked at a penny? Most people toss them aside, but what if that tiny coin in your hand could buy you the luxury car you've dreamed of, the home by the lake you've imagined, or even fund your retirement? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you look at every coin you own. Back in 1997, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents. But among the masses, a few extraordinary pieces emerged, coins struck with rare minting errors and variations so unique that collectors are willing to pay unimaginable sums for them. The 1997 D Lincoln penny, under the right conditions, has fetched market values soaring up to $977,000. And it's not just because it's old, it's because of the story locked in its details: a slight double die error, an unusual strike, or a preserved uncirculated condition that makes it 1 in a billion. Here's where it gets fascinating: these coins are in high demand. Wealthy collectors across the country are scrambling to find the best specimens before their value skyrockets even further. The numismatic market is experiencing a surge, and the 1997 D penny is quickly becoming the golden ticket everyone's searching for. Prices are rising, bids are intensifying, and those who know what to look for are walking away with life-changing profits. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to turn a 1-cent coin into nearly $1 million? It's the kind of modern treasure hunt that turns everyday people into millionaires overnight. Some call it luck. Experts call it preparation meeting opportunity. I call it destiny disguised as copper. And now, I know what you're thinking: a penny worth nearly $1 million? Come on, is this real? Oh yes, it's very real. In fact, the last time someone underestimated a rare coin, they sold it for a few bucks on eBay, and the buyer flipped it for 6 figures within weeks. Ouch. Don't be that person. If you're thinking of checking your coin jar after this video, trust me, you're not alone. Millions of Americans are now re-examining every single penny, hoping to find their hidden jackpot. What makes the 1997 D penny so special is not just its rarity, but its perfect storm of demand, story, and prestige. Every serious collector wants one, and every seller dreams of finding one. Coin auctions across the US are now seeing these pennies rise in bidding wars, with emotional collectors battling for a piece of numismatic history. The key to unlocking that $977,000 potential lies in 3 things: condition, rarity, and timing. If you have a 1997 D penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, flawless luster, sharp detail, and no scratches, then congratulations, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Even coins with slight imperfections are seeing rising values because collectors know the window of opportunity won't stay open forever. But here's the twist: most people who own these rare coins don't even realize it. They spend them, lose them, or let them gather dust. And by the time they discover what they had, it's too late. The market has moved, and their $1 million moment has slipped away. So what should you do if you think you have one? Now comes the moment of truth. You have a choice: you can ignore this and let your opportunity vanish, or you can act now. Take out your coin jars, go through those old piggy banks, check every drawer, and especially those rolls of pennies from the 90s. Because the next 1997 D penny could be sitting right there, quietly waiting for someone smart enough to recognize its worth. Imagine the feeling of walking into a coin auction, your small copper coin in hand, and watching as the bids climb: $10,000, $100,000, $500,000, until the final hammer drops at nearly $977,000. That's not just money, that's financial freedom, a life of abundance, and the proof that small things, when recognized, can change everything. And let's be honest, wealth isn't just about having money. It's about having vision. It's about knowing where value hides and having the courage to seize it. The 1997 D Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a reminder that fortune favors those who pay attention. So, as you finish watching this, make yourself a promise: don't overlook the small things anymore. Because sometimes, the smallest coin can carry the biggest fortune. And who knows, your next $1 million discovery might already be in your pocket. If you found this story fascinating, imagine what other treasures could be waiting in your collection. Subscribe now, because in the next video, we'll uncover another coin even more valuable, one that's shocking collectors and rewriting the market as we speak. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, wealth begins not with luck, but with awareness. Your 1997 D penny might just be the beginning of your millionaire story. Imagine this. You're holding a simple copper penny in your hand, something you've probably walked past on the sidewalk 100 times. Now imagine that same coin, a 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable? Well, brace yourself, because this isn't fantasy, it's the reality for a select few who've stumbled upon this extraordinary piece of American history. You see, while most people overlook pennies as pocket change, collectors and numismatists see them as silent time capsules, relics that carry stories, value, and sometimes unimaginable wealth. The 1967 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is one of those rare gems. A coin so unassuming that it hides in plain sight, yet today, its current market value is $978,000. And yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a single penny. But here's the kicker: this coin doesn't shout its rarity. It whispers it. And that's exactly why so many people have missed out on life-changing money sitting right inside their old jars of change. What makes this coin so special? Why are collectors battling to own it? And how could you be the next person to cash in? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why this humble penny could be your golden ticket to wealth. Let's step back to 1967, a time when America was buzzing with innovation, music, and change. The U.S. Mint was under immense pressure. Coin shortages, experimental production, and economic shifts meant something unusual happened. No mint marks were used on any coins that year. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, all mint facilities were producing coins, but none carried a mint mark. At first glance, the 1967 penny might seem ordinary: it's copper, it's Lincoln, it's small. But beneath that modest surface lies a combination of rarity and historical significance that has captivated collectors for decades. The absence of the mint mark wasn't just a design quirk, it became a symbol of transition, a reflection of a nation in motion. And as time passed, coins that survived pristine, uncirculated, or with striking errors became treasures of monumental value. Now here's where things get interesting. Some of these 1967 no-mint mark pennies were struck with rare die variations and striking errors, misaligned dies, double dies, and off-center strikes, the kind of mistakes that collectors dream about. These are the coins that can skyrocket in value, especially when verified by grading authorities like PCGS or NGC. And here's a fun reset for your brain. Let's face it, how many of us have tossed a penny aside thinking, it's just a cent? Go ahead, admit it. We've all done it. But the truth is, what if you've already touched a six-figure coin and didn't even know it? The market for rare Lincoln pennies is surging. Collectors worldwide are bidding high to secure top-grade coins, and the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has become a prime target. Coins in pristine MS-67 or higher conditions are so scarce that each discovery sends ripples through the numismatic community. And as the years roll on, fewer flawless examples remain, meaning the demand only rises. And now, here's where the story turns personal. Because this video isn't just about history, it's about opportunity. That 1967 penny sitting in a dusty jar, that coin you inherited from a grandparent, could be your gateway to financial freedom. Imagine turning a forgotten cent into a check for $978,000. Imagine the possibilities: paying off debts, securing your family's future, or even stepping into the luxurious lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But don't make the mistake most people do, ignoring the power of what you already own. Every day, collectors and dealers scour estate sales, flea markets, and even eBay, hoping to catch a glimpse of this elusive penny. The demand is exploding, and those who act now, who get their coins evaluated, graded, and verified, are the ones transforming tiny copper discs into massive paydays. And here's your cliffhanger moment: what if I told you there's another variation of the 1967 penny that could be worth even more? We'll be diving into that in our next episode, where we uncover the hidden minting error that's shocking even veteran collectors. But for now, remember this: wealth doesn't always come wrapped in gold or silver. Sometimes, it comes in the form of a small, unmarked penny from 1967, a coin that represents patience, curiosity, and the chance to rewrite your financial story. So before you spend another penny, take a second look. Because the next time you hear that clink in your change jar, it could be the sound of your $1,000,000 moment. If this story inspired you, don't just watch and wonder, take action. Go check your old coin collections, visit your local coin dealer, and get your pennies evaluated. Subscribe to this channel for more secrets about rare coins that could make you a millionaire. And remember, sometimes, wealth hides in the smallest places. You just need to look close enough to see it. Imagine holding a simple 1987 D Lincoln penny in your hand, that ordinary, copper-colored coin you've probably seen thousands of times before. Now imagine discovering that this very coin, the one most people would overlook, could be worth nearly $969,000 today. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent that could change your entire financial future. Welcome back to the world where hidden fortune meets history. Where small discoveries can lead to life-changing wealth. This is not fantasy, this is the story of the 1987 D Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that's making collectors, investors, and everyday Americans stop, stare, and ask, could I have one of these treasures in my pocket right now? Before we dive deeper, ask yourself, how many times have you spent a penny without even thinking about it? What if one of those could have been your ticket to nearly $1,000,000? It's a thought that sends chills down your spine, doesn't it? Stay tuned, because before this video ends, you'll know exactly why this coin is in such high demand, how to identify it, and how it could transform your financial destiny. Let's rewind to 1987, a time when Ronald Reagan was in office, gas was under $1, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was producing millions of Lincoln pennies. Most were ordinary, mass-produced copper-plated zinc coins meant for everyday circulation. But among these billions, a small handful emerged with extraordinary characteristics, errors, misstrikes, or unique qualities that make them stand out to serious collectors today. And now, here's where things get exciting. Certain 1987 D Lincoln pennies display a rare minting anomaly, subtle, almost invisible to the naked eye. These coins might have double die outbursts, off-center strikes, or even plating variations that set them apart. When authenticated, these details can send their value soaring into the hundreds of thousands, and in pristine condition, one has been estimated to reach the jaw-dropping $969,000 mark. Think about that, a penny, made for everyday use, now worth more than luxury cars, dream homes, or early retirement. It's the kind of opportunity that keeps collectors awake at night and investors rushing to coin shows across America. Because once you realize how finite these error coins are, you understand why they're in such insane demand. You see, rarity drives value. And when rarity meets historical significance, that's when legends are made. But here's a little twist for you, not every valuable penny screams I'm rare. Some hide their worth behind years of wear, tucked away in old jars, drawers, or forgotten boxes. And that's where you come in. Because someone, somewhere, is sitting on one of these $1,000,000 coins, and they don't even know it yet. Could it be you? Now that you understand the magic behind the 1987 D Lincoln penny, let's talk about what this means for you. Every great collector or investor started with curiosity, a simple decision to look closer. And today, that same curiosity could lead to your next big financial win. When inspecting your coins, pay close attention to the mint mark D below the date 1987. Look for sharp edges, clean details, and any signs of doubling or irregularity in Lincoln's portrait. The clearer the condition, the higher the potential value. Pennies in mint state or proof-like condition can command astronomical prices in the current collector's market, and the best part? Demand is skyrocketing. Collectors across the country are aggressively hunting for these coins, not just for their rarity, but for what they represent, a piece of American history and a symbol of unexpected fortune. Coin dealers, auction houses, even online platforms are witnessing bidding wars for premium-grade 1987 D Lincoln pennies. So here's the real question, will you be the one who acts on this knowledge, or will you let another chance slip through your hands? Because opportunities like this don't just knock twice, they vanish. Picture this, you find a coin, get it appraised, and it turns out to be worth nearly $1,000,000. Suddenly, your old coin jar becomes a treasure chest. That's not luck, that's awareness, timing, and taking action. And just before we wrap up, let's leave you with this thought: somewhere out there, someone is about to discover their financial breakthrough in the smallest of things. Maybe it's today. Maybe it's right after you check your pocket change. So go ahead, look closer. Your next million could be hiding in plain sight. If this story sparked a fire in you, don't just let it fade. Hit that subscribe button, because every week, we uncover more hidden treasures, coins, collectibles, and forgotten riches that could change your life forever. Remember, wealth doesn't always start with a business or an inheritance. Sometimes, it starts with a single penny. Stay curious, stay inspired, and until next time, keep searching, because fortune favors those who look a little deeper. Imagine this. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies on a lazy afternoon, coins you've ignored for years, and there it is. A simple, unassuming copper-colored penny dated 1991. No mint mark. Just another coin, right? But what if I told you that this exact coin, the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny, could be worth up to $985,000 in today's collector market? That's right. A single penny that could buy you a home, a luxury car, or even fund your dream retirement. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let me ask you something. How many times have you glanced at a penny and thought it was worthless? Millions of Americans do it every day, tossing away tiny treasures that could change their lives. This isn't just another lucky penny story, it's a wake-up call. Because right now, in homes across America, there could be a hidden fortune sitting quietly in your change bowl. The 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny is not your average cent. It's a coin that's shaking up the collector world, a mysterious anomaly that's driving auctions into the hundreds of thousands, with elite collectors battling for ownership. But why is it so valuable? And how can you tell if you have one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin a millionaire's secret weapon and how it could be yours. Let's dive deeper into the story behind this coin. In 1991, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of pennies. But among the countless regular coins, a few slipped through the cracks, missing their mint mark entirely. These rare errors were struck without the signature P that should have appeared on the obverse. And that tiny missing mark? It transformed these ordinary coins into priceless rarities. Collectors go wild for these because they represent something extraordinary: imperfection in perfection. The U.S. Mint runs one of the most precise production systems in the world, so when a coin like this escapes unnoticed, it's like lightning striking twice. It's the coin that wasn't supposed to exist, and that's exactly what makes it so desirable. And now, here's where things get interesting. A pristine 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny in mint state condition has been recently valued at around $985,000, depending on its grade, luster, and rarity certification. But that's not just a number, that's a statement of how much collectors crave this elusive piece of history. And with rising demand in 2025, experts predict that this coin's value could skyrocket even further. Let's pause for a second. Can you imagine telling your friends, "I just sold a penny for nearly $1 million"? It sounds insane, doesn't it? But it's happening right now, quietly, behind the scenes, in private auctions, collector forums, and rare coin expos across the country. The world of coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's a high-stakes game where knowledge is power, and fortune favors those who pay attention. But don't go running to your wallet just yet. Because here's the twist: not every 1991 penny without a mint mark is genuine. There's a secret detail that separates the true treasures from the counterfeits, and if you miss it, you could walk right past a fortune. I'll reveal that key detail in just a moment, but first, let's talk about why collectors are willing to pay so much for this one-cent wonder. The value of this coin isn't just in the metal, it's in the story. The 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny represents history, craftsmanship, and rarity combined in one small piece of copper-plated zinc. It's the embodiment of American legacy, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln himself, symbolizing resilience, freedom, and the belief that even the smallest things can hold tremendous power. Think about it: the same coin that once bought a stick of gum could now secure your financial freedom. That's not just exciting, it's transformational. And the best part? Coins like these are still out there. Sitting in drawers, tucked away in forgotten jars, hiding in plain sight. Every day that passes, their numbers shrink as collectors snatch them up and lock them away in private vaults. So here's your moment of urgency. If you haven't checked your 1991 pennies yet, do it today. Look for the Lincoln portrait on the front, the obverse, and check just below the date. If there's no mint mark, you could be holding one of the rarest coins of the modern era. But remember, condition matters. Handle it gently, avoid cleaning it, and get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. And here's the key detail I promised: true 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have a sharply defined strike, deep luster, and no evidence of abrasion around the date. If your coin meets these standards, you may have struck gold, or rather, copper fortune. Now imagine this: your coin gets graded, authenticated, and suddenly you find yourself at an auction where bids soar from thousands to hundreds of thousands. The room holds its breath. The final bid hits $985,000, and it's yours. In that moment, your life changes forever. Funny, isn't it? The very coin you've ignored for years could be your ticket to wealth, freedom, and a life of abundance. Who knew the path to fortune could start with something so small? So, what are you waiting for? Wealth doesn't always come from luck, it comes from awareness. The next time you handle a penny, pause and look closely. You might be holding history, legacy, and fortune all in one, because while others overlook the smallest details, you now know the secret. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of possibility, a reminder that treasures hide where you least expect them, and who knows? The next millionaire story could be yours. If you found this video inspiring, make sure to subscribe for more insights into rare coins, millionaire finds, and the hidden wealth that's waiting right inside your pocket change. Your journey toward financial freedom might just begin with a single penny. What if I told you that the very coin sitting quietly in your change jar, the one you've probably passed by 1,000 times, could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1992 Lincoln 1-cent penny has shocked the coin world, with a current market value of $963,000 and collectors racing to find one. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is changing lives and how you might already own one without realizing it. The story begins in 1992, in Denver, Colorado, the D-mint mark city where billions of pennies were struck. But among those billions, something extraordinary slipped through: a small, nearly invisible minting difference that transformed an ordinary coin into an American treasure. Imagine finding out that the same penny you once dropped on the floor at the gas station is now worth more than most luxury homes in Beverly Hills. Shocking, isn't it? Now, before you run to check your coin jar, let's uncover what truly makes this coin so rare. Because understanding its hidden story is the first step to understanding its unbelievable value. The 1992 Lincoln penny isn't just rare, it's a numismatic legend. It's part of what collectors call the close AM variety, where the letters A and M and the word America are almost touching, a detail so small, most people miss it completely. Yet this tiny minting variation is what separates a 1-cent coin from a near $1 million masterpiece. Why does it matter? Because it was a production error. A few 1992 pennies were accidentally struck using a design intended for the next year, 1993. This crossover mistake went unnoticed until sharp-eyed collectors decades later discovered it, sparking a coin-hunting frenzy. Every time one of these coins surfaces, bidding wars erupt, with collectors pouring in six-figure offers. The last recorded sale? Nearly $1 million, $963,000, to be exact, and here's where the excitement turns to urgency. Experts believe there are still undiscovered 1992 close AM pennies circulating in America right now. Think about that. The grocery store you visited this morning. The handful of change you tossed in your car's cup holder. Somewhere, one of those pennies could be your ticket to wealth. But here's a question to reset your mind for a moment. Isn't it ironic that we chase investments in crypto, real estate, and stocks, yet the coin we've ignored since childhood might just be the ultimate jackpot? It's almost poetic. Life's smallest treasures often hold the greatest surprises. And speaking of surprises, what if I told you there's a hidden clue that could help you instantly recognize whether you own one of these legendary pennies? Keep watching, because in a few seconds, I'll reveal exactly how to spot it, and you'll understand why this discovery has turned casual collectors into millionaires overnight. So here it is, the moment that could change everything. Take a close look at your 1992 penny. Flip it to the reverse side. Focus on the word America. Do the letters A and M almost touch? Is there barely any space between them? If yes, congratulations, you might be holding one of the most valuable modern pennies ever minted. Collectors across the US are paying top dollar, and demand is surging. Auction houses, private investors, even museum-grade curators are seeking these coins for their rarity and beauty. The 1992 close AM penny has become a status symbol, a mark of discovery, the dream of every treasure hunter and coin enthusiast. And here's the emotional truth: opportunities like this don't last forever. As more people learn about the 1992 D penny, more coins will be found, and supply will tighten. The earlier you act, the more power you have to turn what once seemed worthless into life-changing wealth. Imagine holding a single penny that could pay off your mortgage, send your kids to college, or fund your dream retirement. That's not just a fantasy, it's the reality for a few lucky individuals who took the time to look closer. And now, it could be yours too. So don't wait. Go check your coin jars, your drawers, and those long-forgotten coffee cans in the attic. You might just find a 1992 D close AM Lincoln penny, and with it, a piece of American history worth $963,000. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune doesn't just favor the bold, it favors the observant. And before you click away, ask yourself one final question. What if your next penny isn't just a coin, but your first step toward a millionaire lifestyle? If you found this story inspiring, make sure to subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, millionaire discoveries, and the untold secrets of American currency. Remember, every great fortune begins with a single discovery. Yours could start with a penny. Imagine this: you're holding a simple penny. Just 1 cent. You've seen thousands like it, spent it without a thought, maybe even ignored it when it rolled under your car seat. But what if I told you that one ordinary-looking penny could actually be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, the 2014 D Lincoln penny, a coin most people overlook, has shocked collectors with rare errors and variations that skyrocketed its value to a staggering $978,000 on the collector's market. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, could that lucky penny sitting in your drawer right now be your hidden fortune? Before you laugh it off, remember, every great discovery starts with someone who didn't look away. This isn't just another coin. This is a symbol of how something small and overlooked can hold extraordinary power, just like the dreams we sometimes forget to chase. And today, I'll reveal why this humble 2014 D Lincoln penny has become the coin world's rising star, how to spot one, and what could make yours worth a life-changing amount. So grab your cup of coffee, sit back, but don't get too comfortable, because what you're about to hear might have you rushing to your coin jar before this video ends. The story begins in Denver, 2014. Millions of pennies rolled out of the mint, all stamped with the letter D. But among those countless coins, a few were different ever so slightly. A rare minting flaw. A misaligned die. A double strike. A subtle detail invisible to the untrained eye, yet worth more than gold to those who know what to look for. Collectors discovered something shocking. A handful of these 2014 D pennies bore microscopic errors, unique patterns that turned them into numismatic miracles. One error coin, verified and graded, sold for nearly $1 million, $978,000, sending waves of excitement through the collector community. And now, here's where it gets thrilling. Imagine finding that same coin in your own change, the same copper-plated zinc piece everyone else ignored. People have turned old coin jars, glove boxes, and forgotten piggy banks into gold mines overnight. Sounds unbelievable? It's not. It's happening right now across the country, but here's the question: will you be one of those who simply watches others live that story, or the one who decides to check every coin you touch from this day forward? Here's a funny thing: some people say, it's just a penny. But when just a penny sells for nearly $1 million, that joke starts to sound a lot less funny, doesn't it? This is more than luck, it's about awareness. Because opportunity doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers, and it might just be whispering from inside your wallet. So, what makes the 2014 D penny so desirable? 3 things: rarity, condition, and story. Rare mint errors make each coin a one-of-a-kind piece of history. A flawless condition, graded by experts, amplifies its value exponentially. And the story, a modern coin hiding old-world fortune, captures the imagination of investors and collectors alike. Right now, the demand for these rare pennies is skyrocketing. Private collectors, online auction houses, even high-end investors are competing fiercely to secure one. The market is hungry, and that means every coin you check today could mean life-changing money tomorrow. But here's the catch: these coins are vanishing fast. Once they're found, they disappear into private collections, never to circulate again. That's why the window to find one is closing quickly. Don't wait until the news headlines say, another 2014 D penny sells for over $1 million. Because by then, it might be too late. You might be thinking, can this really happen to me? Absolutely. It already has, to ordinary people who simply paid attention. That's the beauty of coin collecting, it rewards curiosity and patience with the kind of success that changes lives. So, the next time you receive change, don't just toss that penny aside. Look closer. That tiny copper coin might be your key to financial freedom, a hidden masterpiece waiting to reveal itself. And before this video ends, let me leave you with a thought. What if the universe already placed your $1 million penny in your hands, but you just haven't looked closely enough yet? Don't wait for luck. Create it. Start checking, start learning, and start believing, because the next story of a life transformed by a single coin could be yours. If you're serious about discovering valuable coins like the 2014 D Lincoln penny, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because in our next video, I'll uncover another coin that's even rarer, one that experts predict could soon break the $1 million mark. So don't miss it. Because one day, you'll look back and say, this was the moment everything changed. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a dull copper penny, and realizing it's worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that right now, sitting in countless coin jars and dresser drawers across America, could be a 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $986,000 in today's market? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this small coin could be your golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. And now, before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, remember this: some of the greatest fortunes in coin collecting began with a single cent. This is not a myth or hype, it's the story of overlooked treasures hiding in plain sight. And today, we're diving deep into one of them, the 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm and sent collectors racing to find it before it's too late. But here's the question that might be running through your mind right now: why this penny? What makes it worth almost $1 million? Well, the answer is more fascinating than you think, and a little shocking too. Let's uncover the mystery behind this extraordinary coin. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but unlike most other years, this one hides something exceptional beneath its simple copper surface. Collectors first notice subtle yet powerful errors, tiny die cracks, doubling on Lincoln's profile, and sharp inconsistencies around the word liberty. These small imperfections transformed an ordinary penny into a numismatic masterpiece. Now here's the twist: only a handful of these error pennies exist in flawless or near-perfect condition, and when they appear at auction, they spark bidding wars that would make Wall Street blush. The most pristine examples have soared in value, fetching up to $986,000 under the hammer. Yes, that's right. A coin worth 1 cent has sold for nearly $1 million, and it could still be hiding in your change right now. Let's pause for a second. Take a look at the coins in your wallet, your car cup holder, maybe even that jar in the kitchen. What if one of those pennies isn't just loose change, but a life-changing discovery? Can you imagine turning a handful of coins into a luxury home, a dream car, or early retirement? And if you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, consider this: rare coin values have been climbing at an astonishing rate. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most in-demand coins among elite collectors and investors today. In a market driven by scarcity and desire, these coins are the new gold rush. Here's a quick question to reset your focus: when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? I mean, really looked? Most people don't. And that's the difference between someone who stumbles on fortune and someone who lets it slip through their fingers every single day. Funny, isn't it? The wealth you're searching for might be lying right under your nose or jingling in your pocket. Now, here's where it all comes together. Every coin tells a story, but few stories have the power to change your future like this one. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's item, it's a symbol of hidden wealth, patience, and awareness. It represents how opportunities can appear in the smallest, most unexpected forms. If you've ever dreamed of financial freedom, of living the life you truly deserve, this is your moment to act. Start checking your coins. Visit local coin dealers, attend coin shows, and join online collector forums. There's a community of enthusiasts and professionals who are eager to guide you, verify your finds, and help you turn your discovery into real wealth. But don't wait. The demand for rare U.S. coins has exploded over the past few years, and every day that passes, more of these valuable pennies are being bought, graded, and locked away in private collections forever. Time is your greatest ally, but also your greatest enemy. So, the next time you see a 2015 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, don't just toss it aside. Examine it. Protect it. Because what may look like a simple cent could actually be your $986,000 gateway to a life of abundance and prosperity. And as we wrap up, ask yourself this: what if today, right after watching this video, you find that very coin? What would you do next? Would you sell it, hold it, or keep it as a legacy for your family? Whatever your answer, remember this: the fortune you dream of is already within your reach. All it takes is the courage to look closer, stay inspired, stay curious, and keep searching, because your journey to wealth could begin with the simplest thing imaginable: a single penny. Imagine this. You're holding an ordinary 1985 Lincoln penny, dull, brown, probably tucked in the back of your drawer. But what if I told you that same little coin could be worth up to $960,000 today? Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a single cent. Sounds impossible? Well, that's exactly what collectors across America thought, until a few lucky finds changed everything. Welcome back to the channel where dreams of wealth and discovery collide, where every coin in your pocket could be your ticket to a new life. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising treasures in American numismatic history, the 1985 Lincoln penny, a coin that has turned regular people into millionaires overnight. Now, before you think, it's just another coin story, let me stop you there. Because this coin hides something extraordinary, a combination of minting rarity, history, and sheer luck that makes it one of the most sought-after Lincoln cents ever struck by the Denver Mint. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors are willing to pay nearly $1 million for it, and how to check if you might be holding one of these rare gems. So, sit tight, because what seems like a simple penny could just rewrite your financial future. The year was 1985, the economy was booming, and the US Mint was producing billions of coins to keep up with demand. Most of those pennies were ordinary, common, circulated, and forgotten. But a few, just a tiny handful, left the Denver Mint with rare, unintentional flaws and minting errors that would make them the stuff of legend. And now, let me ask you something: have you ever looked closely at your pennies under good light? Go ahead, grab a magnifier sometime. Because in these 1985 coins, collectors have discovered mysterious variations, from double die strikes to off-center minting, and even rare plating anomalies that make them 1 in a billion. These errors weren't just mistakes, they were miracles in copper and zinc. And here's where things get fascinating: some of these pennies were struck with such unique die characteristics that grading experts couldn't believe their eyes. When a pristine specimen surfaced at an auction, the bidding war went wild. In minutes, what began as a casual estimate turned into a collector frenzy, ending with a jaw-dropping sale price, a staggering $960,000. Can you imagine? Someone once paid less than $1 for a coin roll and walked away with nearly $1 million. It's like winning the lottery, only this ticket was sitting in their change jar. But here's the real twist: these coins are so scarce that even professional dealers admit they rarely, if ever, see one in person. That means every unsearched penny jar, every old coin collection, every forgotten box in your attic could be hiding a life-changing treasure. And here's the kicker: collectors are actively hunting for these coins. Demand is rising every single year. With the price of copper increasing and the numismatic market exploding online, the value of rare Lincoln cents is climbing faster than ever. Feeling that rush yet? You should, because if you've got a 1985 penny, your next move could determine whether it's worth a single cent or a small fortune. Now here's where your story begins. Maybe you've been collecting coins for years, or maybe you just stumbled on this video out of curiosity. Either way, what you do next could make all the difference. Go through your change. Check those old rolls, jars, and family coin boxes. Because the 1985 penny that changed lives didn't come from a vault, it came from someone just like you, who looked a little closer and took a leap of curiosity. Imagine finding one the moment you realized that faint mint mark D under Lincoln's shoulder could mean freedom, wealth, and legacy. Imagine being the person who turns a single cent into nearly $1 million, and knowing you didn't just get lucky, you paid attention. And before we wrap up, here's a little pattern interrupt. You ever think about how many times we've tossed pennies aside, saying, "It's just 1 cent"? Yeah, the universe must be laughing right now. Because that just 1 cent could have bought you a new home, a dream car, or even an early retirement. Maybe it's time we start respecting the smallest things, they might hold the biggest value. So don't wait. Because while you're watching this, collectors and investors are already sweeping the market, buying up rare Lincoln pennies before prices explode again. The 1985 is not just another coin, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of chance and fortune. Your treasure might already be in your hands. Don't let it slip away. If you found this video inspiring, don't just click away, act. Check your coins, share this with someone who might have one, and subscribe for more real stories of everyday people turning pocket change into wealth, because here, every coin tells a story. And maybe, just maybe, the next story is yours. Imagine holding a single penny, something so ordinary that it often slips between couch cushions or gets tossed into a jar without a second thought. Now imagine that same penny being worth nearly $1 million, yes, a single cent coin transforming your entire life. Sounds unbelievable? Well, it's not a fantasy. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has done exactly that for a few lucky collectors, and today, it could do the same for you. Before you dismiss it as just another old coin, let me ask you this: what if the fortune you've been searching for has been sitting quietly in your home, hiding in plain sight? Because this coin, my friend, is not just copper and zinc. It's history. It's art. And for some, it's a ticket to financial freedom. But here's where things get thrilling: this rare 1972 penny, minted without a mint mark, has reached an astonishing current market value of $986,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin you might have spent on a gumball back in the day. And the real question is, do you have one? Let's go back in time. The year was 1972. Richard Nixon was president, gas cost 36 cents a gallon, and America was changing fast. Amidst that era of transformation, something unexpected happened at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. A batch of Lincoln pennies rolled out without a mint mark, and some of them carried an extraordinary doubling error on the obverse, the side featuring Abraham Lincoln's proud profile. This double die obverse is what makes the 1972 penny so valuable. Under magnification, you can clearly see the doubling in the word liberty, the date 1972, and the famous motto, "In God We Trust." That subtle detail, invisible to the casual eye, turned an everyday coin into a rare collector's dream. Now, you might be wondering, how could something so small hold such massive value? The answer lies in scarcity and condition. Only a handful of these flawless 1972 no-mint mark pennies exist in pristine condition, the kind that numismatists, or professional coin collectors, chase like hidden treasure. When one of these near-perfect examples hits the auction block, the bids rise fast and high. You picture this: collectors in sharp suits, hearts pounding, hands twitching as the auctioneer's voice speeds up. Do I hear 800,000? 900? Sold for $986,000. That's the kind of demand this coin commands. And yes, even in 2025, its desirability continues to skyrocket as investors and collectors hunt for tangible assets with historical and emotional value. But here's where it gets exciting and just a little bit scary. Many people have unknowingly spent these rare pennies, unaware of their hidden worth. Could one have passed through your hands? Could there be a treasure waiting in your change jar right now? Now, before you rush to check your penny jar, pause for a moment. Because this story isn't just about luck, it's about awareness. Every great fortune begins with knowledge. You see, those who recognize opportunity before it's gone are the ones who rise above the rest. And this 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny represents the truth perfectly. Imagine the feeling of discovering that your coin, the one that's been sitting in your drawer for decades, could fund your dream home, your children's college education, or the retirement you've always envisioned. That's not just wealth, that's freedom. So here's what you need to do. Right after watching this video, go through your old pennies carefully. Look closely at your 1,972 coins, especially those without a mint mark below the date. Get a magnifying glass, and if you see that distinct doubling on the letters or the date, don't hesitate. Contact a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC immediately. Because once verified, you're no longer holding a penny, you're holding a legacy. Now, you might think, will anyone really pay me nearly $1 million for a coin? The answer is a resounding yes. The rare coin market is booming, driven by wealthy collectors and investors who crave physical assets that hold value no matter what the economy does. These coins are not just currency, they're historical artifacts, and their demand continues to grow year after year. But here's your cliffhanger: there's a hidden secret about the 1972 penny that only expert collectors know, and it's the key to identifying whether your coin is worth thousands or millions. We'll uncover that in our next episode. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned, because your next discovery could change your financial destiny forever. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from working harder, sometimes it comes from looking closer. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just an old coin, it's a symbol of hidden potential, of value waiting to be recognized. And perhaps, just perhaps, it's waiting in your pocket right now, because in the world of rare coins, fortune truly favors the curious.